everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Driveway Drops. So today's news article is going to be focused on the 2024 Ford Mustang Reveal that took place last week. As most of you know, the Ford Mustang really is now the only car that Ford makes now. Everything else is going to be an SUV or technically an EV. So as you know, the Ford Mach-E is basically the Mustang Mach-E. That's the EV version of it. This is going to be the internal combustion Mustang that you've known for years and years. So coming new in 2024, the styling kind of starts to deviate a little bit from that classical view that we've seen in the past. It's still going to stick with that base 2.3 liter engine as well as the upgraded 5.0 liter Coyote V8. That V8's got a great reputation, hasn't changed too much here, and we'll talk a little bit about that soon. So again, as far as the engine options go, you have the 2.3 liter EcoBoost. That's going to be matted only to the 10-speed automatic, no more manual option, which is certainly disappointing for those who really want to roll your own gears. If you do want to do that, you can upgrade to the 5.0 liter GT model. That's a great option. I mean, from a performance perspective and just really value for your money, you really can't beat that in a lot of ways. Last year's model was 450 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, so it really doesn't seem out of the question for this to jump up to about 500 horsepower. So stay tuned for all that. We're going to see the exact numbers in the coming months as we get closer to the release date. So as far as making those new numbers, Ford's made some incremental increases, nothing really too dramatic. They do add the dual throttle body now, which is going to increase that air supply going to the engine, which will help a little bit. Talk a little bit about the revised induction system as well through those new camshafts. So, again, nothing massively different in terms of these engines, but, it's a tried and true model that's worked well for Ford. And I think at this point, it's going to be interesting to see what they do from an engine development perspective as things sort of shift toward the EV world. But for right now, we still have the V8, and that's pretty great. So, again, here the powertrains are fed through the rear axle, so nothing new there. You have your Torsen LSD as part of the performance pack, which gives you then the upgraded Magna-Ride dampers, the front strut tower brace, and larger Brembo brakes. So this is sort of similar to what you've seen in the past with the Mustang, as that performance option sort of enhances your capability on the track. So as you can see here, great view of the interior. Let's see if we have anything here on the gallery. Same picture, right? I mean, the interior is going to definitely deviate a lot from the prior model. So now you're looking at a little bit more modern interior. We talked a little bit about the 12.4-inch display here right in front of your steering, as well as then the 13-inch infotainment center that's going to come over your vents and everything like that. So Ford is definitely moving away from that classic throwback style they had for the last couple generations. This is going to be a bit more modern, and I think that's generally where the competition and the others like the 350Z and such are sort of heading. So that's good to see as well. So yeah, I mean, I think that when you look at the competition, you think about the 350Z, the Supra. There's a few out there right now that are kind of floating around this price point. They haven't talked about what the official price point will be, but considering that the last model just kind of eked out under 30,000, it's pretty much a safe bet that this will creep over that, and then obviously more for the V8 and some of the Shelby options as well. So, I think Ford really has a hit on their hands. As they always have year after year, this seems to be a pretty large upgrade. Here's a good view of the interior again. I mean, they're bringing it into spec with the competition, right? I mean, their engines have always been spectacular in the Mustang. Hopefully they can kind of manage that rear-wheel drive a little bit better than they have in the past. But stay tuned for that. But you can see the little bit more modern design here on the headlights. That's a bit of a departure from the prior generation. And when you start upgrading and getting into the Shelby models and that type of thing, the GT500, you'll get those options for the Recaro seats like these, which are no doubt spectacular. So as we kind of approach the release in the summer of 2023, I'm sure Ford will start to release more and more information here. But just wanted to kind of give you guys a quick dive into what we're seeing here after the reveal and the driveway drops. So being that this is our first episode of the driveway drops, part of the driveway channel, kind of leaving this open to what you all want to see. I'm planning on making this a bit of a weekly news drop, if you will. Maybe 1, 2, 3 articles, kind of profile those each week. and just kind of keep you up to date so we can kind of focus on kind of the more exciting announcements, kind of stray away from the more mundane. So the big reveals like the Bronco a couple months ago, this new Mustang, and certainly the EV landscape. It's all fair game. So again, leave me comments in the comment box below, and let me know what you guys think. And hit the subscribe button so you can stay tuned. Thank you.